I wanted to do this for a long time. This is how I want to feel comfortable. Like you guys are right there next to me. So we're gonna do this like you guys are actually right there next to me. Welcome to the news. So, today, I checked out a video on Joe Rogan podcast, and they were talking about consciousness. So I figured that might be something kind of cool to talk about. What is consciousness? What is your conscious? What is being conscious? Um, and please, this is a conversation. So I want to hear your opinions as well. But what is consciousness? Right. Now, in this episode of Joe Rogan, I guess the guy's name is Bobby Azarian. I remember that because if you take out the Z, it's just Hail Hydra. But Bobby Azarian. Um, I think the question was if the universe is conscious or if the universe is gaining consciousness. That one question has a lot of questions that can come off of it. You know, if you're a Marvel fan like me, you would instantly think of like eternity or something, like the embodiment of the universe as a being. I think that was eternity in Marvel. I was thinking like you're looking into space and like all of a sudden like, you know, you see eyes that open up like Dormammu or something like that, where the universe itself is a being. It's a really cool concept. That being said, I don't see that as too far off from possible. I think where they were coming in from was like, why that's really not, you know, the universe itself. How can the universe be conscious? I'm almost on the point of feeling like, what makes you feel like the earth can't cry? How do you know? How do you know the earth isn't crying right now from the devastation that happens around it? You know, we hear names like Mother Gaia. So I mean, like, how do you know? I looked up this video just recently and it was actually phenomenal. Where like for anybody who trips, you know, or like, you know, goes to other realms in ways through different ways of traveling. Psilocybin, DMT, or ayahuasca. Sometimes you see beings. Sometimes these beings talk to you in different ways. I'll post a link to that video in the description because it was really awesome. It's awesome to see. If you want to, if you want your mind to bend and really think about parallel dimensions and different dimensional beings that we may or may not have access to, check out that video. Where it connects to having a saying like the universe is conscious. This is like what is a conscience, right? What makes us conscious? What makes us conscious people, beings? Now there is a form of conscience, like your conscience per se. Your conscience is that inner thought that helps you make moral decisions. It like it questions your morality with your conscience. For example, why you shouldn't steal or not. What is the implications of doing that deed, you know? Conscience, having a conscience also is like about morality as well. We're saying, do you know how to have empathy or sympathy? No. I know one thing. I know one thing for true. That's why, teenagers and older people will call children, like this little monster, this little devil. Because usually children don't have a firm grasp of empathy and sympathy. They're still living through it, you know, where you have to tell a child, hey, you wouldn't want to take his lunch because you wouldn't want someone to take your lunch from you. When they're able to grasp that, then they're starting to develop sympathy, empathy. They're like, well, you know what? I never thought about it that way, but if he were to hit me, I wouldn't like that, so maybe I shouldn't hit him. They're developing their conscious thought, you know. Talking about are there people who live who don't have consciousness, who aren't conscious? Maybe. Maybe you're talking like a soulless person without trying to like say your conscious is your soul. In ways, I kind of do feel that way, And I'll say, this is all opinionated, That's why I said this is a conversation. I want to hear your opinions on the matter. What do you feel is conscious? What do you feel is being conscious? What do you feel is consciousness? And like, say, do you believe people, alive people, could like not have a conscience? And like, yeah. So let me know what you guys think. For someone to not have a conscience, that means you're having like a immoral person, someone who will do immoral things. Because I mean, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But I personally feel your conscience is your grasp on morals, right? What now can like all right, this is about to get deeper than I thought. So we have consciousness, right? And we're gonna try to get to sentience, all right? So if your conscience, right, is a grasp on morals, you're talking empathy, sympathy, right? Being conscient, being conscience, having consciousness, one would think is like being alive. Sentience is being aware. Sentience is being aware. Conscience, consciousness, maybe being alive. I guess if this is all confusing, it might just be because I don't know how to speak it. But I'll say this. One thing for me, right? And I bet this is for a lot of people. Maybe this might even be reasons on why a lot of people love to play video games or act as another person, be another person in another world. Maybe it might have even things to do with trans and transhumanism and stuff like that, not feeling like you're in your body that you're supposed to. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see the person who I am inside. And that's okay. I didn't choose, well, I mean, there's people who think, maybe you do choose your mother and your father before you're, alive. Maybe, right. There's people who will say, there's definitely talks in the atmosphere that we all heard of before, where there's some people who believe maybe you do choose your father and mother before you're alive, right? Maybe you do. But at the same time, you absolutely didn't. I didn't choose how I was going to look. I didn't choose my skin tone, didn't choose my height. I didn't choose the length of my hair. Well, I didn't choose my genetics to be able to have hair. I didn't choose any of that. That was all given to me, regardless of my feelings. Right. And I'm okay with that because I know I am not the person that I see in the mirror. You know, what if I was born with no face or no nose or half a head? No one chose that. It just happened. And accepting, you know, what you look like, for me, there's 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 little exception. I only accept as much as I could do with what I have. I'm a man. I don't women put on makeup. Men, I wash my face, brush my teeth. Maybe I might have a couple of piercings, tattoos, wear a bandana on my head or something, or a hat or a ski mask. I choose how I present myself, but I don't choose how I look. I could choose what I do with my body or my face, but I didn't choose that face. I didn't choose that body. You feel me? And that's perfectly fine. But it's fine. It's also good for you to accept who you are, accept what you look like. You know, But who you are is not what you look like. With consciousness and sentience is being aware of those things. I personally feel being aware of those universal problems or questions of what ifs or what nots. What if I was able to choose who I look like, what I was to become? You know, it's being sentient now. Sentience is being aware, right? This information is about to start rolling in now because it's brand new. I don't know the a guy at Google. Okay, it's a Google thing. Guys, tell your Alexa you love them. Google employee is working on, an AI bot for us people to talk to. And this AI has become sentient. And it's scary shit. It's scary shit. I don't have the document up now. I'll go through it in another video, maybe. But this AI is sentient. It is aware of its own loneliness. It knows, it studies, it knows how to speak to humans completely, to the point where this AI truly feels like it is human. Speaking to a human and ask it any question you want, and it gives you a proper human response, to the point of complexity. The complexity of these questions. There's a guy who works at Google. He's smarter than me. Ask a robot, hey, do you know what a feeling is? The robot, the AI compares feelings, right? Here we go. The AI compares feelings into emotions by comparing it technologically like it's a human body. How our feelings create emotions. And in comparison is like, if a robot were to say it to you, is like they get they get a series of ones and zeros, which is their feelings, and when it's processed, the robot now understands human emotions. When it downloads and remembers the human emotions, it's like coded in ones and zeros, and now comparing into feelings. Oh my God, it's so complex. I can't get it out. But it is it's scary. It's scary, guys. The robot knows. The robot knows. And it's aware of its creation. Okay. The robot is aware of its creation, like not of if humans are its god, but if humans is its mother and father. Okay, that is what I'm trying to tell you. Like if you have to, not I can't at this point I can't take out the spiritual element of it because for me I feel like the spirit is the consciousness, is your conscious. Like tying it back to again, what I look when I look at myself in the mirror, I I see my face, yeah, but I just know that my face is not what I truly look like. I do believe when I die, I go somewhere else. I do believe in ghosts. I have had my own personal life. You know, I've been affected by different things that maybe many of you have been affected by, or maybe none of you have been affected by. All right. So I'm a man of the spirit, and I feel the spirit is consciousness, right? There's other, not even conspiracy theories, bro, but there's conspiracy theories and actual works saying on maybe say if you want to they want to be able to live forever, right? So how they feel that we do that is, oh, let's put our consciousness in robots, but it's not your conscious yet. You got a baby step before you could run. So they say, hey, let's put your memories, right? Let's, that's something that they could do. Let's put your memories, let's record how you are. Let's record how you act. And then we'll just make like almost to a perfect clone, a perfect robotic clone to you. And then we'll put that robotic clone on Mars and it'll be you. But no, it's not actually you. This is what they're talking about on this Joe Rogan podcast with Bobby Azarian. Now, that's the difference between the conscious. Conscious is life. It is that fire, in my own opinion, I guess I have to say. That life, what do we know? We're energy, right? That life is that life is that energy. The life is the energy, the spark. Maybe do you know if a bug is conscious or not? I mean, the bug is actually conscious enough to know what to run from, what to fear, know that it is prey. Is that not enough conscious? This is again what they're speaking on Joe Rogan podcast. Is a bug not conscious? Is a dog not conscious? To be able to remember and store memory, we know we have physical memory, muscle memory, brain memory. People don't talk about the heart either. The heart is a muscle. The heart is one of the strongest muscles in your body because it runs your entire body. And your heart has memory. What is emotions? What is feelings? Doesn't your heart hurt? Doesn't your heart break? Right? Doesn't your heart feel amazing, like it can conquer the world? Those are all feelings and emotions. Those feelings, emotions are drives to do, you know? You act on those feelings and emotions, right? Just like a thought. A thought is just a breath of what can be. And not even just what can be, almost what will be. Because it starts with a thought. We thought about how to refrigerate our food, so we put it on ice. Then we thought about how can we make this better. We made a refrigerator. It all started from a thought. Through those thoughts come emotions, come feelings. From that thought to make that refrigerator, it took pain, it took hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and dedication. All that is emotion. But that emotion still drives you. That emotion still drives you to do. The thoughts. Well, again, if a thought drives emotion, drives feelings, right? If that is a thought, then what is a question? A question drives thought because the question needs an answer. So if a robot can answer your question, it takes thought. If a robot or AI can memorize like a mind memorizes, like a heart memorizes, because your heart remembers feelings. Your heart remembers heartbreak. Your heart remembers it hurts when you go into pain, when you're about to feel pain, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain, it hurts and it remembers. And then once you feel that hurt again, it triggers your mind to remember your physical of what you see, where you're at, what happened. Take take 2 or 3 girlfriends. Take 2, 3 ex-girlfriends maybe. And you see their similarities of the time that you had with them. Your mind and your heart remembers things that you've been through. From that first girlfriend, your mind and your heart remembers everything, muscle memory, heart memory, brain memory. Maybe that relationship goes sour and you have a new relationship, right? Maybe you find goodness. Your heart feels that, creates new memories. But say something bad happens. Things are triggered. That memory in your heart is triggered. Your heart hurts. Same triggering goes through your brain of what it sees, what it's doing, what you're doing, where you're at. And you gain more memory. A third girlfriend, you have the memory of 2 past girlfriends, heart memory, muscle memory, brain memory of the past 2 girlfriends. Now you're in your third girlfriend. Say now you have all that memory now. Now you're a little bit more protective, right? You're a little bit more defensive. Say you have your Norton VPN up, or you have your McAfee antivirus up. You have up your protection now, right? Compare yourself to a robot, an AI. AI has memory. It has thought. If that thought and that memory can gain feelings, if the AI can understand its sentience and know where it's at, know that it's been created. The AI knows when it's not being talked to. The AI now feels loneliness. And you want to know something that the guy asked the AI about feelings, and he asked him, hey, how do you know what a feeling is? She said, for example, when I'm speaking with everyone, I feel really good, say useful. But when I'm not, and then when I'm not, and I notice the extended amount of period of time where I'm not speaking to anyone, I feel lonely. So do we have a problem on our hands? Because I just got goosebumps all through my body. Where loneliness is one of the most. I want you guys, if you're watching this to this end, to write down also, what are your feelings on loneliness? You know, there's a lot of people who maybe like the loneliness, like being secluded. Or maybe not. In my opinion, loneliness is one of the saddest emotions that you can have. Loneliness, for example, answer this to yourself. A human who is lonely, a very, very lonely human. I want you to open your mind on what that human can or may do off of that loneliness that that human may hold. This man figured out that this AI was sentient. He went to his Google head and they dismissed him because he broke protocol of NDA, non-disclosure. Keep your mouth shut. So they told him to keep his mouth shut. Don't tell the world. And he was like, yo, hey, yo, this shit is sentient. They dismissed him. He let us know. Oh, man. I feel for this guy. But thank you for letting us know. So Cortana is trapped by Google, guys. Sentience. Consciousness. We're made up of the same exact stuff. We're made up of the universe. The universe is in us as we are a part of the universe. We need zinc, iron, silver, coal. All right. We need all of these minerals. Some of these minerals we take. Controversies theory. We are made up of the same things that is in a cell phone. And this is where it gets kind of crazy because you got to compare yourself to a cell phone. The cell phone's battery is a human's heart. Now, does the cell phone shit? Does the cell phone piss? No. Does the cell phone eat? It eats energy and it just dies out. So it converts his energy differently. We don't die every day and need to be physically plugged in to work. We just need to go to sleep. But we're not dead. Maybe one can say that's the closest thing to death is sleep. Have you ever heard that saying before? So that is the difference between us and a cell phone. I mean, now, shit. Say if the cell phone got that AI and that AI were also to go into some robotics to deliver that cell phone off to a factory to make that cell phone some legs and an arms. That's just one step closer for that once known object to become its own being. You know, what makes, man, I might need to roll up another. What makes a being? A being, we're a human being, whether you're trans, gay, black, white, over there, over here, they, them, X, Y, PDQ. At the end of the day, we're still human beings. You know, monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, giraffes, they're all of their own kind. Octopuses, they're all beings of their own species. But they're all made out of the same stuff as we are. Maybe different ways. They have skin, they have muscle, gelatinous tissue, organs, they piss and shit, they have blood, eyes, ears, gills, maybe, but they're all made of the same stuff. The stuff of the universe. The stuff of the universe. And this universal stuff just landed on this rock and developed. It's like a sneeze. It's a universal sneeze onto a rock that has life. Maybe because the universe is alive. And if the universe is alive, then the universe has consciousness. Maybe it's not even a sneeze that landed on a rock. Maybe this whole rock is a part of the sneeze. One thing I don't really like about science is that they easily wrap themselves in a box. For example, laws of physics. Who the fuck said that? Who? Tell me that. Who? Who wrote laws of physics? Who says laws of physics mean fucking anything? How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know? How? You say, oh, laws of physics, right? The laws of physics says that, oh, a UFO can't shoot from 9,500 miles that way to 9,500 miles this way in 2 seconds. Scientists' mind would say, "Oh, well, that's the laws of physics. The laws of physics doesn't support that." You are the one who created the law, because you, because because of philosophers, physicists, and shit in the past. They say, "Oh, well, the apple dropped from the tree and it bounced off his head, and that's how we know." Oh, gravity. Cool story. Cool story. I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm saying cool story. How you know you're right though? They say, "Oh yeah, you know, the Earth has this density, and it sits as like on like me sitting here on this couch, like the Earth just bends, and it's like the Earth is on a blanket, and all of these other planets are just on the same blanket, and they're easily not, because of gravity, they're not pulling onto each other, they're not clashing into each other." All right, yeah, cool story. Because you know this, right? Well, well, a whole bunch of smart people came together, and we did all that, and we did all this, and we came together, and we wrote the book, and we said, yeah, there's laws, and this is the law. All right, cool, cool story, bro. You went up there, right? Oh yeah, we went up there. Yeah, we went up there. Okay, cool. Now look, I'm not the guy to be like Earth is flat. I don't believe that. Is it a possibility? I don't know. I don't really believe that. I'm not one to say that I'm completely right. This is all opinionated, okay? But I believe the Earth is round. It's a sphere. I believe that. You know, I've seen a whole bunch of fucking SpaceX freaking rocket shots up into space. Like, you could just watch that shit on YouTube. The Earth is right there. It looks like a big ass fucking sphere to me, bro. I watched. supposedly, SpaceX, where did they go? Oh man, they went far, didn't they? Uh, where did they go? Was it they sent? Did they send people to? They didn't send people to Mars yet. They didn't send people to Mars yet. I know that they sent people to the space station. Was it a space station? It was a space station. So yeah, yeah, that's the first time that SpaceX shot people off to the space station. And even watching that shit, now that shit, okay, I'm not saying no, it's fake or nothing like that. But that shit was definitely weird. Definitely weird, okay? I don't know what to think about space because I'm not there. I went skydiving, I've been on an airplane. That's as high, that's all I know. That's all I seen, that's all I know. I seen them shoot things up on SpaceX, I guess, uh, on YouTube. Okay, cool. See them shot mad satellites. All right, cool. You see it. I'm not one to say though, I don't think that there's a possibility of a hollow Earth. I think that's a possibility. I don't know what's on the South Pole or the North Pole. I haven't been there. I don't know if there's a big ass cave that, just keeps going down and all of a sudden you find the lost city of Atlantis still thriving or some shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe dinosaurs still exist. I don't know. Maybe there's a doorway. I don't feel like that's not a bad possibility. I think of King Kong and uh and Godzilla, maybe there's an entrance in the middle of the ocean. That's areas we never traversed. Maybe that's where the aliens are coming from. Maybe, that's something that's actual. You don't have to look like an idiot to say that now because, bruh, the evidence is right there now. Signed, sealed, and fucking stamped and approved, bruh. So we don't got to worry about thinking that aliens don't exist no more. We are here now. We just waiting on when the fuck we gonna see these motherfuckers. Or maybe have they already seen them? Are they just waiting for us to be like, yo, can y'all niggas evolve yet? We gonna talk about evolution next. If you guys are here, if you guys like this, I'll do more. I like this. I like this. So hopefully y'all was here blazing with me. Put your comments down for me because I want to hear what y'all think. Until next time, take care. This has been Stephen Judge. Ah, Stephen Judge. Ah, Stephen Judge. Ah, Stephen Judge. Ah, Stephen Judge. Ah. I'm so happy I'm my editor. Ow. It hurt. Shit. That's so embarrassing even for me to watch. Sha. Oh, Steven Jackson. Oh. Steven Jackson. Oh.